Hey y'all. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips, and you are tuned into Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment with myself, Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I am a channel for the divine. We all truly are. I hail through the inner space using my shaman mama capabilities, multidimensionality, remembrance, alignment with celestial, galactic, oneness, Christ consciousness, to channel healing frequencies and wisdoms into the podcast, to assist us as we're awakening the mass, to the remembrance that we've always been the divine in evolution. Our time of perceiving ourselves as separate from the divine, or separate from each other, or separate from any being, anything, any species of the cosmos, or any dimension of God's creation, has been an experiment of the cosmos, where we've been projected into our multidimensional existence, or our perception of ourselves, manifesting our every moment, to mirror back to observers, or the other infinite dimensions of God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the alchemy, the energies, the dimensionality of the divine, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, which manifests our every moment. I'm gonna stop and hold myself. It's so beautiful. I'm channeling right now, and I've never opened the podcast in this way. Greater consciousness awareness of our existential fundamental nature, our cosmological and beyond nature. I'm grateful, I'm happy. I'm grateful, I'm happy. We are manifestations of God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the manifestation of our dimensionality, or our perspective of ourselves, our perception of ourselves, our frequential patterning, the wisdoms which correlate with the wisdoms in which we align with, which we embody, which correlates with the thought patterns we have, which the thought patterns we have in our energetic frequency manifest how we show up in every moment, manifest how our realm, our existence, our evolution manifests in every moment, which is our existence as well as contribution to the evolution of all things, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. We're within Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. I have a sister brother podcast called Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube as well as Spotify for free. On YouTube as well as Spotify for free forever. On YouTube as well as Spotify. I'm going to link some reference Kingdom Things Podcast installments below. I started coming into greater conscious awareness of dimensions, of the infinite dimensions of our existence, our existential fundamental nature, being that we are projections from our future selves being greater embodied, oneness, celestial, Christ consciousness beings, or infinite energies having oneness, celestial, galactic, Christ consciousness being experience, evolutionary experience of God's creation. Through prayer and meditation, or seeking God within all things. Galactic creation being a dimension. Let's break that down some. Galactic creation, my soul taught me, the inner space taught me, hey, Ashley, the way y'all perceive the stars, planets, universes, galaxies, solar systems, gases, is a correlation to y'all's thought patterns, y'all's energetic embodiment. And the way that y'all perceive the galaxies, cosmos, solar systems, planets, realms, the realms or existence, infinite paradigms. What we're perceiving is truly infinite paradigms. When we perceive the universes, planets, gases, realms, dimensions, truly infinite paradigms. The way we perceive planets, gases, galaxies, solar systems, universes, it's a reflection of our evolutionary status. It's a reflection of how we're vibrating, which syncopates with the thought patterns and the belief systems, which the thought patterns and belief systems project how we perceive reality, manifest how we perceive reality, how we perceive ourselves, and how we perceive reality. My soul said, hey, Ashley, the galaxy's cosmos or galactic creation is a dimension of God's creation. It's a dimension of infinite paradigms of divine evolution. Infinite paradigms beyond y'all's synaptical understanding of divine evolution. Or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. This is flowing so beautifully. The infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. What's our existence? What's our dharmic purpose? Why do we exist? This brings me to the being dharmic purpose. Excuse me, y'all. I got an important call. We are back, which brings us to the being dharmic purpose. I used to say human dharmic purpose before I was by the soul space, the higher self. We know it as the higher self in many dimensions of spirituality, spiritual awakening journey. I was guided by the higher self, which is one with the cosmos, one with the infinite dimensions of God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. And whatever our soul or our higher self shows us, or, teaches us, is a part of our evolutionary journey to assist with the growth and evolution of all things. Or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. We have never been separate from other multidimensional beings, other infinite multidimensional energies, other species of the cosmos, of galactic creation and beyond. Our time of seeing separation or not knowing if there were other intelligent life force in the cosmos was a part of our evolution. It was how we perceived the all, the infinite, how the infinite manifested, cosmos, galaxies, stars, how it manifested as a reflection of our energetic embodiment, as a reflection of our evolutionary status. And our energetic embodiment, evolutionary status, my inner space, soul space, has been teaching me, showing me, guiding me to understand, growing to greater celestial, galactic oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, or being the wisdoms, the harmony, the wellness, the balance from the differences in which we perceive in our one energy of consanguinity. All beings, all things are truly one energy, is truly one energy of consanguinity, which we know this as celestial, galactic, unity, Christ consciousness. And yes, surely there are infinite other paradigms to perceive reality other than a one energy that manifests in infinite ways, in which we most commonly term God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. My soul asked me, hey, Ashley, do you want to teach celestial, galactic, oneness, Christ consciousness? Or the teaching that all is truly one energy in which manifests in infinite ways, one ancestral energy in which manifests in infinite ways, one energy of consanguinity in which manifests in infinite ways? I say yes, because it seems the most in alignment with my soul, with the inner space. I say yes, surely. The soul says later, you know what, we'll introduce to y'all's collective in a more conscious way, ways to be in harmony with your variances or perspective of differences, ways beyond celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, consciousness. This will come to y'all's conscious awareness in the masses, where y'all will perceive how you are one in your infinite ways, or be in peace in your infinite dimensions, how you're one in your infinite dimensions beyond the paradigms of celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness. Understanding anything we experience, any way we experience ourselves or divine evolution, we are experiencing a dimension of infinite paradigms. And these infinite paradigms, we most commonly known the infinite as God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. Why do we exist? What is our being culture? Being human dharmic purpose. Being human dharmic purpose. Like I said, I used to say human being dharmic purpose. And then I was brought into remembrance, hey, y'all are one with infinite species, infinite dimensions beyond humanity. We had a megalomaniac, narcissistic disposition where we thought we were the most unique unique species of God's creation, the most abundant, authentic, creative species of God's creation. No, we perceived that we were alone because that was a part of our evolutionary status. That was a part of the experiment in which we are to mirror back to divine evolution, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. Who the divine would be, who the divine would become if we were a species, a galactic, infinite energies having a galactic species of the cosmos, truly infinite energies within an infinite space, which we see as the cosmos. We see our existence as humanism, as a biological creature of the cosmos. Who would the divine become if we thought we were alone? Or if there was a question mark in regards to why we exist, or our existential fundamental nature, or who we are? We've garnered all the wisdoms. We've had all the history to mirror back to divine evolution, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. What the divine wanted to glean and learn from itself, as we have been under a soul amnesiatic alchemy of energies, which created a soul fog, where we had question marks, or we were aligned with frequencies that fed us low vibrational thought patterns when it came to our existence, creating smog and fog, and resistance in regards to our true relation with all things, that we are the infinite and evolution. And the infinite is infinite dimensions. And every time we experience differences or sameness or anything, we are experiencing the divine and evolution, as we are the divine and evolution. What is our being dharmic purpose? To come into greater conscious awareness of our multidimensional nature. To come into greater conscious awareness, greater conscious embodiment of our multidimensional nature, of the wellness and balance and wisdoms from our multidimensional nature, to come into greater unity, oneness, celestial galactic unity, Christ consciousness, wellness and balance from our multidimensional nature, our infinite nature. The divine wants to see, who do we become? How do we be? How do we contribute to the evolution of all things? The infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. How do we contribute to our near one ancestral galactic tree of many species, realms, and beings as conscious infinite energies, having galactic species of the cosmos experience? Who do we become as a culture? Who do we become as a species? How do we contribute to the evolution of all things? The infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. Within Kingdom Things podcast, I've been remembering, in all of my content, I've been remembering being guided by the higher self, the soul space, to come into greater conscious awareness, greater conscious embodiment of the wisdoms from our evolution, of our true existential fundamental nature, or the frequencies and vibrations, Chakma, which is Hebrew for divine wisdoms, Bina, which is Hebrew for intuitive knowledge, coming into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of the Chakma, Bina, celestial galactic oneness, Christ consciousness, remembrances of our truth beyond the amnesia. The soul space, the divine ancestral forces say, y'all no longer have to mirror back the imbalances. It's time to continue to awaken from y'all slumber and mirror and be the wisdoms from the history where we were aligned with frequencies, where we were tied to this linear space-time paradigm of existence. A linear space-time paradigm of existence with the illusion of separation from the infinite, or our every now moment, which is infinite potentials, or the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. As we are infinite portals of infinite potentials. Which brings me to my call to action. Sit with yourself every day, ask yourself, hey soul, hey self, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, as well as greater conscious embodiment of our limitless potentials? Wait for the answers, because they will come. Your lingo with the universe is most likely unique to yourself. Whether your lingo with the universe is a more definitive, multidimensional psychic ability that we have a name for, like claircognizance or clairsentience or clairvoyance, validate yourself. Whether your multidimensional communications with the all or yourself, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond, is more of a synesthesia, whereas many multidimensional faculties, which you can't really put a name on it, the more you got the answer. You get the answers when you ask the questions. What do I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, as well as greater conscious embodiment of the wellness, limitless balance potentials in which we've always only been, in which I've always only been, in which we always only been. Validate yourself in your knowings. So we are portals of infinite potentials. All beings, all things, all dimensions are portals of infinite dimensions, where we get to stop and drop into our heart space as infinite beings, infinite dimensions having a biological being, galactic being of the cosmos of God's creation experience. We get to stop and drop into our heart space. Ask the questions, ask for peace, ask for guidance, wait for the peace, wait for the guidance, anticipate the peace. Ooh, come on, soul space. Anticipate the peace, anticipate the guidance, anticipate the answers. As we are the infinite in evolution. Mirror back the peace, embody the peace, mirror back the peace, emanate the peace. Embody the answers of the wisdoms from our inquisitive disposition, wanting to be the wisdoms from our experience, our evolution, our dysfunctions, our chaos, wanting to be the wisdoms so we no longer manifest or evolve as wisdoms and no longer manifest or evolve as dysfunction and chaos, but we be the wisdoms from the dysfunction, the chaos. So we emanate frequencies of wisdoms to manifest as wisdoms, to evolve as wisdoms and wellness and balance and joy, divine remembrance and evolution. As divine remembrance is an infinite journey, we pray greater celestial galactic oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, or the harmony, wellness, balance, wisdoms from our infinite dimensions and our unity. Within Kingdom Things podcast, I channeled a few installments I'm going to reference below. There's an installment within the title, is Beyond Persona. It's where I channeled about 4 different dimensions. Excuse me, y'all. I channeled about 4 different dimensions in regards to our existential fundamental nature, or being projections into this realm, into this reality by our future selves. Is a dimension of our existential fundamental cosmological nature, being projections from our future selves using spiritual modalities, consciousness, evolution, advanced consciousness, oneness, celestial Christ consciousness, evolution, spiritual modalities. Which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast, as well as Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment 2033 prophecy. Now, y'all, this is prophecy from all over the planet, all over the cosmos, all over God's creation. I was also gifted this prophecy to share. By the year 2033, we will be infinite energies, having celestial beings of the cosmos experiences with an expanded, with an expanded celestial Christ galactic oneness, consciousness, embodiment, beingness, to understand that we are infinite energies of the divine evolution of the cosmos, with manifested as celestial beings, conscious celestial beings of the neighborhood of celestial ancestry, celestial being ancestry, with no death, no disease, no war, no ephemeral world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. And I'm getting right now, there's celestial beings, like we channeled a moment ago. The cosmos, the way we perceive it, is a dimension of infinite dimensions of God's creation. I'm channeling right now ancestral forces that are like, welcome home. They're saying, welcome home. We exist beyond what y'all know as the cosmos. More the more we're celestial beings that had our origin point, our roots within the cosmos. And we've grown and evolved and learned about ourselves in ways that the way we project our existence, we no longer exist in the cosmos. In the cosmos. They say, actually, that's not in the cosmos. Actual, like the cosmos. We no longer, because we've grown and evolved. Thank you for this message. They say, welcome home. They're excited to glean and learn from how we grow and evolve. How we embody and project our energies. Where do we end up as? What do we learn about our existential fundamental nature? All is still one with the divine. Most likely, we might not end up as neighbors to the multidimensional beings in which we're channeling right now, because there's infinite ways for us to grow and evolve. More the more we're all the divine in evolution. Why do we exist? To learn ourselves, to grow ourselves, to teach the divine or infinite dimensions, which we're always only one with. Wisdoms in regards to who we are, what we are, and infinite dimensions beyond who, what, where, when, why. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. 2033 prophecy, we will be infinite energies having celestial being of the cosmos experience with greater celestial galactic oneness, Christ consciousness, embodiment, beingness, vibration, frequencies, to understand that we are infinite energies having celestial beings of the cosmos of God's creation experiences with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. As death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking are actually manifestations of our experiment, which are dimensions of infinite dimensions of how we came into procreation or creation, or how we manifested into existence. We're projections from our future selves in infinite dimensions into our now moment to show infinite dimensions, including our future selves, 2033 and beyond selves. Who do we become in this energetic alchemy? Observing ourselves, infinite dimensions of ourselves, observing ourselves to garner the wisdoms of who we become in this energetic alchemy. Again, we no longer have to mirror back the imbalances. We can now be the wisdoms. It's now time to be the wisdoms, continue to be and grow into greater embodiment of the wisdoms from our evolutionary journey when we were tied to this amnesiatic fog manifestation of a linear space-time paradigm with the illusion of separation from the infinite, or our existential fundamental nature. Beyond persona, I channeled how I channeled 4 dimensions of the infinite dimensions of our manifestation. One being our 2033 and beyond selves, galactic beings of the cosmos, projecting us into this reality, observing us like, whoa, what are we doing? Why are we putting the imbalances on the pedestal? Why do we manifest celebrity culture? Why are we calling people stars and famous we're all this one energy of imbalance? Why do we fall in love with the imbalances? Soul says to not run from the self, not run from the imbalances, but to experience the history and evolution from the self or the imbalances, to finally be the wisdoms from the self or the imbalances, to no longer perpetuate the imbalances. Beyond persona, Davy Crockett channeled in this one, as well as Vincent van Gogh. And then I recently channeled another installment, Beyond Persona is in the title as well. Kingdom Things Podcast installment, and Dr. Carl Jung. Channel Dr. Carl Jung, Tahuti, as well as Hindu ancestors. Hindu ancestry in this installment. Both of these installments are linked below in the description of this video. Universal fathers, universal mothers. Irregardless of our age, we're all universal fathers or universal mothers. Why, Ashley? As we channeled earlier, we procreate, co-create how every now moment manifests. We procreate, co-create universal orchestration, or we procreate, co-create the evolution of the divine. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. The way we align our frequencies, emanate our frequencies to assist the manifestation and evolution of all beings, all things. We became, in our evolutionary status, placated or comfortable in our ancestral evolution. The soul space said, Ashley, we want to say something else. You could say that, but we want to channel something else beyond what you feel inclined to say about universal fathers, universal mothers, and how our father and mother paradigms manifest in this now moment, or manifested when we were tied to a linear space-time paradigm understanding of who we were, who we are. And it's like, no, actually speak to the fact that every now moment you're here now with every dimension of the linear space-time paradigm. the 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010, 2020. We're here and now with every dimension of the linear space-time paradigm in this here and now moment. It's like it's time to no longer be afraid of our truths. The fact that we are walking portals, all things, all beings are portals. As we heal ourselves in the now moment, or as we become greater consciously aware of the wisdoms in which our every now moment is trying to teach us, to greater embody the wisdoms, greater embody conscious awareness of our existential fundamental nature, cosmological and beyond nature, of the infinite dimensions of God, Allah, Shekinah, Parcel, Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, in which we always have only truly been. Infinite dimensions within and beyond our understanding of God, Allah, Shekinah, Parcel, Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. As we speak to the fact that everything is here and now, and we heal or raise the vibrations of our here and now, we're raising the vibrations of every dimension of existence, including our linear space-time paradigm in which we closely associated our existence with. The soul space, the higher self, like, Ashley, you can say that, but we don't want you to. Go ahead and pull a card. And what I just channeled, that's really what the soul wanted me to get out. No longer perpetuate the humdrum narrative of how we dropped the ball in our linear space-time paradigm. The soul's like, we want you to say both so that y'all have the contrast to be the wisdoms from the contrast, and as well as the evolution. So everything is here and now, even all the dimensions of our linear space-time paradigm, perspective, perception, and the infinite parallel universes in which we didn't perceive in our linear space-time paradigm. As we remember it, if we introspect, reflect, and remember our past, our linear space-time paradigm, the way we remember it, there's infinite other outcomes that could have possibly happened. Saying the way we remember it is not necessarily how it happened. We can drop into our heart space, be the wisdom, be the wellness, raise our present, past, future, linear, sequential existence into higher octaves, to divine remembrance, quantum faculties, quantum remembrance of how everything is here and now. We can walk through portals of space and time with this remembrance or teleportation. We can grow and evolve quicker out of lack or poverty, death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking, on time. And so it is, it's already done. With this remembrance, the linear space-time paradigm is all here and now. Just as infinite dimensions of the here and now are here and now. We get to choose how we want to align our here and now, which is synonymous with our evolution, which is one with our here and now. Thank you. What were we doing before as we proceed? We would embody and identify as our ancestral traumas, ancestral wounds, or ancestral traditions, energetic embodiments, get calcified in it, and just accept how we perceive reality as the way things were. This is how life goes. Transcendence. Transcendence meaning let's be the wisdoms from this time where we were in an illusionary separation status from the infinite now moment. We were illusionarily limited, illusionarily lackful, assisting with the procreation, co-creation, continuation of death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking. Let's be the wisdoms from this time. Raise up the frequencies of this experience. Ask our soul, hey self, what was this experience of illusionary separation from an infinite here and now? Excuse me, y'all. It's supposed to teach us about ourselves, about the self, about divine evolution, about all beings, all things, infinite dimensions within and beyond our synaptical understanding of all beings, all things. What is it trying to teach us about ourselves? Let's be the wisdoms, the frequencies of the wisdoms, the wellness, the balance. To come into the neighborhood of galactic species of divine evolution in a well-balanced, harmonious way. We have reported, this is a part of our mass awakening, part of our divine evolution, a part of our evolution, a part of a disclosure United States of America government disclosing the understanding that they have, that there are gray aliens, Nordic beings, insectoids, reptilian beings, or disclosing the fact that we're not the only species of the cosmos. And there are infinite other species of the cosmos other than the species in which the government has disclosed. And I know that a lot of the collective watching this video has direct communications, close communications with the heart space, with infinite other dimensions of divine evolution. So we're aware as a collective of who we are, what we are. We're in touch with our ancestral forces through our heart space, through wellness, and with the intention and disposition to be wellness, balance, harmony with our ancestral forces beyond our humanism. We don't need the United States of America government or any government to tell us who we are. We're not supposed to. The government is a mirror of our own energetic embodiments as we heal through the inner space and hold a confident disposition, evolution, to the fact that we are infinite in evolution. And when we go to sleep at night, we lay our hand on our pillow, we're astral projecting or experiencing divine evolution in infinite other realms. Just as when we're in our waking state, in this realm, we're experiencing divine evolution in infinite other realms. And the way we perceive every moment contributes to the evolution of all things or infinite other realms and paradigms beyond realms. Excuse me, y'all. We don't need, the United States, all the governments on the planet, they only mirror back to us our energetic embodiment or our readiness to come home, to remember. You're welcome and thank you. And our government has always only been a multidimensional entity, just as all things, all beings, all dimensions are multidimensional entities. I channel within my animated series, just like through the podcast. I heal through the inner space and channel wisdoms, divine remembrances into my animated series. Asiyah started the animated series. We're going to roll into the episode. It's titled The Age of Unconditional Love. That's why I channeled this download. Hey, the government's multidimensional. Y'all would know it as angelic forces behind the scenes, multidimensionally, of y'all's government, of y'all's realm, being stewardess of y'all's evolution, learning and growing from our evolution to get to an epoch space where we're welcome into divine remembrance through consciousness expansion, energetic embodiment through the inner and outer space. Spaces, every being, everything. Remember us that we're limitless energies having experiences of divine evolution. And then welcome back into the neighborhood, synonymously welcome back into the neighborhood of cosmic ancestry, cosmic creation, and beyond. Infinite other dimensions within and beyond cosmic creation, cosmic evolution. One with God, Allah, Shekinah, Perm Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. The infinite dimensions within and beyond God, Allah, Shekinah, Perm Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. Universal fathers and mothers, as much as our parents are to teach and rear us as children, the children are created to assist with evolution. So teach and rear the parents. Parents, us going inside, sitting with ourselves every day. Hey soul, hey self, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, as well as greater conscious embodiment of our limitless potentials, to raise our vibrations, expand our consciousness, to embody, be the journey of greater conscious awareness of our existential fundamental nature, our cosmological and beyond nature, and celestial galactic oneness unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, or being harmony from the infinite dimensions, and no longer warring from our infinite dimensions or differences, perceived differences. To be frequencies, homes, parents that pour or emanate frequencies of infinite potentials, to pour infinite potentials into our children. So the infinite potentials in which our children have always only been, were only birthed to be, always only held, always only were, blossoms into divine remembrance, blossoms into divine evolution, instead of stagnating, being calcified, and ancestral wounds. Parents' job. Children. Blossoming into their infinite potentials in which the divine is seated within them, in their DNA, their genome, their consciousness, awareness, their evolution, their existence. Making our children feel comfortable to be authentic to who the divine created them to be. Not necessarily, even if who the divine created them to be, or even if our children start displaying characters and ways of being that are contrary or different, contrasting from traditions, or who we think our kids are going to be. Make our kids feel comfortable and confident to be authentic to their inner space knowings, to their divine evolution, to their highest potentials in which they were created to be. As we're all seeds from the divine, as the divine, one with the divine, to be medicine, remedy, wellness for the divine or evolution. Allow our children to teach us, understand that our children exist to be evolution, to show us things, be frequencies in which we've never seen or experienced before. Not being offended, but being inquisitive and supportive. I don't have any biological children yet. I understand I'm a mother of divine evolution. And I understand how all things are truly one. So, I got this understanding as well. Before this time of remembrance and raising our vibration, the way we have the tradition of setting our goals in our life to be getting married, having a great career, education, having a great career, getting married, having children. The way we set these intentions to be our precipice, pinnacle, apex of our existence was keeping us calcified in a dense throng of evolution. Because what were we doing? Only aligning to traditional energetic patterns of who we believe we were. Instead of going inside, hey soul, hey self, who was I created to be? Let me be this. Allowing our higher self, our soul, to guide us. Whenever we had thoughts of getting married, getting in a relationship, having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or having a kid, understand that was our soul. Hey, you're more. Yes, procreate these divine remembrances through your inner space. Or pray and meditate to remember that you're more. We directly correlated our soul as calling us, beckoning us to go within. The great call to go within and remember that we're one with cosmic and beyond orchestration. The way we were dispositioned frequentially. We took those pings and pongs to the inner space, our soul calling us to go inside to be more. We took it as, I need to get a higher paying job. I want a boyfriend, or I want a girlfriend. I want to get married. I want to have a kid. Procreate these divine remembrance from your inner space. Please and thank you. And as we do this, we create an evolutionary energies and species of God's creation, the infinite dimensions within and beyond, God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, and greater remembrance of our connection to infinite dimensions. Who do we become? Who do we become? What do we become? This is a dimension of the infinite dimensions of our dharmic purpose while we exist. And as we grow and evolve and become in our every now moment, new dimensions of our every now moment, our new understandings, divine wisdoms, chakma, intuitive knowledge, bina, of the divine knowings of who we are and our existential fundamental nature. We are the divine figuring the divine. Or we are the divine learning the divine. The infinite dimensions within beyond our understandings of the divine. As like I channeled earlier, there are infinite dimensions observing us through our existence, through our eyes, through our gestures, through our embodiment. And then also different realms, appearing from different realms, species, places, dimensions. Observing us, our existence as whenever we have a thought or a vision or a dream, we're observing other dimensions or other timelines to learn about the self, to grow the self, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, into more wellness, more balance, more unity, more remembrance, more divine evolution. We're going to pull an oracle card for funsies. And then we're going to go ahead and do the outro. I want to thank y'all so much for stopping in on this Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment transmission. We're going to use Alana Fairchild, Rumi Oracle, Pocket Edition, an invitation into the heart of the divine, my inner space, the soul space, higher self. Is like, hey, Ashley, let's go ahead and wind this down. I was like, and they're like, what else did you want to say? I was like, I think we got it all. We definitely got it all. And then I'm about to also go. I have a cooking channel. We'll get to it in the outro. It's called Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. About to go film an episode because I'm about to go actually make my lunch and dinner for the next like 3-4 days, and I'm about to go do a fruit and chicken summer salad, right? So I'm about to go prepare this. So, and I'm hungry, so it's like, and we said a lot. We channeled a lot. Got a lot of teachings from the soul space. Channeled a lot. So, you know, all is well. Abundance. Not just a lot, but abundant remembrance. Abundant frequencies of remembrance and healing and wellness and balance. To be greater embodied as our limitless wellness, balanced nature in our every now moment, which is an infinite evolutionary journey. All right, let's pull a card. And then we'll do our formal outro. This is a Rumi Oracle Pocket Edition, Invitation to the Heart of the Divine. Artwork by Razuli. We shall get one card, and then we're going to head out. Roll into an episode of Asiyah Story, the animated series, as well as my live series, Out of the Box. We'll get the card. Star Mother Arrakis. Be the king who has made his own kingdom. Our Star Mother keeps an eye on all the wild games happening in the sacred playground of the earth, shining her divine justice and protection. No bully shall prevail over you. Facts. No bully from within you shall prevail either. Facts. You are the child so secure in the love of our mother that you can trust life and your ability to face whatever comes implicitly. Star Mother Arrakis. All right. So we talked about Keynote Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, which is available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify. Link below in the description of this Oneness Connection. Excuse me one more time, y'all. Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment transmission. And then we have, you're welcome and thank you. And then we're here on Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. Subscribe with the notification bell to catch new transmissions, and as well as to check out the whole catalog, all my podcasts, Keynote Things podcast, as well as Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. Timeless catalog. Do I grow and evolve into greater conscious awareness, greater conscious embodiment of our wellness, balance, oneness, Christ, unity, consciousness, celestial, galactic consciousness, existence? Surely. More the podcast catalogs are timeless. I've also channeled healing frequencies and wisdoms into music. My music catalog, Ashley-Nicole Music, is available to stream on YouTube, link below. Part of growing and evolving, professing to be a singer-songwriter. So it's like, hey, I should let that paradigm go. So you can raise into higher octaves of understanding existential fundamental nature wisdoms, divine wisdoms, chakra, intuitive knowledge, Bina, of you, y'all's existential fundamental nature to be frequencies of divine remembrance. So y'all can be more abundant in y'all's now moment, abundantly one, perceptively one with infinite wellness, balance, dimensions in which I've always only been. So I no longer profess to being a singer-songwriter, but my catalog, I will keep it up for whoever needs the music. You'll be able to find it. Many genres. I heal myself through the inner space, channel the healing frequencies into the music, healing wisdoms into the music. Over there, you'll also find my live series, Out of the Box, playlist section. Out of the Box is a lot like what we're all going through right now. Awakening to the remembrance that we're infinite within the dream, or within the perception of dimensionality. Over within my music channel, Ashley-Nicole Music, you'll also find my community lives. I go live on designated days on my Facebook account, and we speak about, channel about whatever the soul space, higher self, oneness of all things, puts on the heart space, soul space, to speak about, channel about, to grow and evolve into more wellness, balance in our every now moment. You can catch the playbacks from our community lives within the playlist section, my music channel, Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube. I'm also an author. I channeled the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. It's been a part of my evolutionary journey. I channeled this book at a time where my soul is reminding me who I am, who we are. My soul said, hey, Ashley, you don't remember who you are. Channel these books. We're going to help you remember. So when I channeled the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, it's a 3-part book series. The final book, Maya the Have, it's about the twin flame journey. One soul over many lifetimes, many embodiments. I was in a space and time where I was more associated, more embodied as separation consciousness. Excuse me. Now I'm awakened to remember that this Maya the Have is more of an abstract story of a greater truth. We're all one in the divine. We're all one in each other. We're all one in our infinite dimensions, infinite potentials. As we awaken to this, embody greater remembrance in our present moment, celestial, galactic, Christ consciousness, be the wisdoms from our differences, being the wisdoms from our evolution, being the wisdoms from our history. We grow and evolve into greater embodiment, greater conscious awareness of our infinite, existential, fundamental nature. The first book of the Unconditional Love, I had to start with this. The first book of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is Coming Home, the Story of Asiyah. Asiyah is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey, where she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school Manhattan Prep. She goes through a lot of experiences which help grow and evolve her to divine remembrance. That all is one, all is within, all is wellness, all is love. We get to be the wisdoms from our experience, to be the wellness, to be the love in which we've always only been. The second book or second part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is the story of Asiyah, I'm Home, which is a continuation of the first book. The third book, Maya the Have, we just gave the synopsis. One soul, two bodies, many lifetimes. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. Which lifetime, under which circumstances, the books are prophetic in the way that as we continue to remember our unity in all things, all beings, all things. We remember into greater existential fundamental nature of our existential fundamental nature in the now moment. Greater existential fundamental nature remembrance in our every now moment. Wellness, balance, unity, Christ. May it be in wellness, balance, harmony, galactic, celestial, unity, Christ consciousness, or harmony, wisdoms from our differences in evolution. And no longer warring because we're different, or we manifest, we appear, perceive differences. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore. If you're doing digital downloads, it's 3 separate downloads, $9.99 plus tax for each book. So $29.97 plus tax for the entire Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. If you're doing paperback copies mailed to your home, it's 2 paperback bindings. The first book, 2 books, Coming Home, the Story of Asiyah, followed by the Story of Asiyah, I'm Home, come in 1 binding, Asiyah's story. The third part, Maya the Have, comes in a 2nd binding. $19.99 plus tax for Asiyah's story. $9.99 plus tax for Maya the Have. So $29.98 plus tax plus shipping and handling for the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. 2 paperback bindings mailed to your home, shipped to your home. You're also able to listen to the first 2 books, Coming Home, the Story of Asiyah, followed by the Story of Asiyah, I'm Home, audio book style, within the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips YouTube catalog. Link below in the description of this Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment offering podcast installment. We talked about Asiyah's story, the animated series, earlier. The animated series is available to stream for free. AP Short Stories on YouTube, which is my author's YouTube channel, link below in the description of this video. Let's go ahead and roll into an episode of Asiyah's story, The Age of Unconditional Love, episode Out of the Box, Humanity's Graduation. I love you, love on yourself. As you love on yourself, you are loving on divine evolution, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, clocked it, baby, 8. What? We're the divine evolution. What? As we love on ourselves, we're loving on all things to be wellness and balance. Uplifts all things into greater remembrance of how we're unity, how we're wellness, how we're balance. Okay, period, baby. Worthiness wound banished, okay? We don't have to prove why we're worthy. We exist. That's why we're worthy. That's why we deserve wellness, balance, divine remembrance, because we exist. It's actually our essence, fundamental nature, purpose to remember why we exist, to be in wellness, to be balanced. Self-love is the best love because we are loving our truest truth. Let's give to ourselves first. Again, as we give to ourselves, we're pouring wellness, love, balance into all beings, all things. Self-love is the best love because it helps us relate with each other, ourselves, and one another, and more wellness, more balance, more harmony. See you later. Bye.
Between me and you, life is all that it's cracked up to be. Taking my dark moments with as much gratitude as I do my light, I'm able to perceive a wider scope of who I am. I am able to perceive more of my multidimensionality.
Which is available on Amazon books, in the Amazon bookstore. Coming from the store, my book. I wrote palm frites into my book. It's a restaurant in NYC. My book, Coming on the Story of Asiyah, followed by the story of Asiyah, I'm Home, is available in the Amazon bookstore. It's about what humanity is about to going through the Great Awakening, the Great Shift, where we wake up to our limitless potentials. So I wrote about palm frites in my book. I've been wanting to go to palm frites since I was a kid. I've been talking about palm frites for the last 3 months. I'm manifesting. I'm in New York City, NYC. Palm frites is 44 minutes that way if you walk, 8 minutes if you Uber,
You rang. How can I assist you, dear Asiyah? Well, I'm on my flight to London, and I got a vision. Ashley-Nicole, please, Mindy, my dearest galactic ancestor, tell me what's going on here. I didn't know who else to ask about this, so I dropped into a deep meditation. And here you are. I'm always here, whenever you need me. Me and all of creation. You are a dimension of all of creation. I'm a character in a book?
Hey, my name is Asiyah, and I am an interdimensional being. I know. I just found out myself. Everything that I thought was my truth was a lie. I chose to continue this life because of the one thing that I know isn't a lie. Love.
What did you think the book of Akashic Records consisted of? Just as Ashley-Nicole authored you or channeled you into creation, your co-creator, Ashley, was written into creation herself. But you reside within a reality of infinite realities. The age of unconditional love you have been assisting to bring about. You, your co-creator Ashley, and all of creation have been assisting to create, will allow for all realities, dimensions, and creations to transcend space and time, to grow, learn, and love from and with one another, as one creation, one family. Whoa. I had such a great time in London. I saw Big Ben. I ate at one of my favorite restaurants that I'd never visited before, Bacchanalia, London. I stayed at the Claremont Victoria, right around the corner from Buckingham Palace. I visited the palace as well. I also graduated into my role as an ambassador of the universe. I know. It went like this. As I was awaiting London public transit to take me 0.6 miles away from my destination, Bacchanalia, London, I got an epiphany. I once told a friend, our bodies aren't dumpsters for all of our emotions. And I was reminded that I had been holding in a lot of resentment and anger over the years for being or presenting as other than who I was, for not allowing my soul or my true authenticity to breathe. I was reminded by my ancestors that me forgetting who I was, a goddess having a human experience, was a part of the makings of me. And not only was forgetting who I am a part of the makings of me, but it was for my protection. I had to develop the skills or karmic lessons to be able to wield the power that is me, myself, my God essence, my goddess essence. All of the resentment, anger, envy, jealousy, and rage I held
and within, I held within, I'm now able to observe with a subjective view, an objective view, detached from the energies, and detach all people, places, and things from the thought patterns associated with this energy, in order to create new thought patterns to utilize the energy to manifest a reality that I do want, a reality of wellness, a reality for abundance for all, a reality of abundance for all. I sit here on this bench in the park whenever I need space to be with myself. Okay, how do I present this one? Other dimensions of myself, or my ancestors, shared with me that there is such a thing as shadow government here on planet Earth. Based off of my internal work, my shadow work, my astral travel, and my learnings with my spirit guides, I have the understanding that everything in creation is multidimensional. The government is multidimensional. Our governments are multidimensional. Who are the shadows lurking behind the light, or what we can perceive in our reality? The shadow government is actually angelic beings, the all, oneness, or God, assisting with humanity's and planet Earth's ascension. Everything we've experienced and everything that we will experience has served as tools for self-mastery to be able to wield our oneness, God power in physical form here in this realm of creation called planet Earth as human beings. As we all, as individual humans, continue to align with our internal gnosis, or our soul's knowings, or our soul blueprint, we will continue to extinguish any remnants of the amnesiatic states in which we created out of false pretense, in which we created out of the understanding that we are abundance, in which we created out of the understanding that we are dimensions and are God, Goddess.
I'm glad we were able to pencil each other in.
Me too. You know, our missions keep us busy. Super busy.
Yeah, I know. We just have to remember where our mission starts. Internal, our soul. Where we meet, our soul.
Yes and yes. Before I get into all the juicy astral details, you like my new hairstyle?
I really do. What inspired the do?
I'm not sure. I just wanted something different. Well, different for me anyways.
I love it, Asiyah.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for our bond, our connection. My internal knowings, intuition, God inside told me a while ago that we were created with each other's most wildest dreams and possibilities in mind. I definitely believe it now. If I had any doubts before, I have less doubts now.
Do you want to talk about it?
In front of the camera?
Cut. What are you talking about, Chase? Why don't you want to talk about it on camera, Asiyah? Asiyah? Chase is talking about some things that have implications on human nature and the planet. I'm not sure if I want to talk about it on camera yet. Well, Asiyah,
You signed on to be a part of a show where you divulged the journey, your spiritual alignment, to hopefully encourage others that are going through similar things as yourself. You have to tell your truth. Tell your story.
It's going to be fine. Okay, Asiyah?
Okay.
I am a key.
I am a key.
And our union in this reality solidifies the solidarity of all of creation, the oneness of all things.
A new world. A God dream. My name is Asiyah, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed.
My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asiyah, followed by the story of Asiyah, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book. After returning from a day's trip, I have read my attempts letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and before the death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which there is no state to decline. My other half, available in the Amazon
I feel as
bookstore
though I was
this
born
October.
here on earth to find you. I was created to find my person.
The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore. I am a key.
I am a key.
And our union in this reality solidifies the solidarity of all of creation, the oneness of all things.
A new world. A God dream.
Graduation day. Last night was pretty significant. I don't want to gaslight mine or your existences. Every moment is significant. The Center Intelligence Agency declassified documents pertaining to the valid nature of the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant is protected by forces that are the oneness of all things. Do you remember reading about curses placed on archaeologists that dug up ancient Egyptian tombs? Yeah, tampering with the Ark of the Covenant, if you don't have the energetic embodiment or keys within your energetic embodiment to do so. Curse times 100 trillion. What's in the Ark of the Covenant? Epoch. The age of unconditional love. Thankfully, I am the codes. And gratitude expressed for the infinite dimensions of existence that are also the codes. And gratitude to evolution. In a past life or another dimension of myself, I was an agent in the illumination system, an ancient spiritual organization that defends the evolution of human consciousness, the growth and balance and wellness of humanity. We become reacquainted this lifetime, this dimension of the self, as Ashley. While I was sitting in my home in the States, an illumination system agent, Larry, spiritually communicated with me using extrasensory perception, multidimensionality, to offer his presence in my podcast to assist as humanity awakens. Simultaneously, he was cloning my energy to retrieve the findings within the Ark of the Covenant.
to liberate humanity. I am sure the covenant is in great hands. Being that the epoch energy is an omnipotent force that you truly cannot control, you are able to harness the energy, embody the energy, to follow the guidance, universally aligned, to contribute your authentic frequency, beingness, wellness, medicine to creation.
Another day in the simulation. Let's see what's cooking good looking with wellness and balance. Okay. An instant message from the luminescent system. Let's see what's going on today. We are simulation. But this is not a drill. But what does this mean? Is it done? Did we do it? Did we do it?
What does this mean to you, Ashley?
We made the impossible possible. Yeah. That's why we're celebrating. God in the physical, we're angel nation. God in the physical, we're angel nation. We created love is on fire. There are my civilizations that are love is on fire.